So here's the issue with both my father and myself. We're what you would call frugal. We don't just spend money, and we want a deal. We're not here to...
Can you just shine right over there?
Oh my goodness, look at this Torino. Ranchero, the difference between the Torino and the Ranchero, same car, but one's a truck bed, right?
Yeah, this is what
he wants
Papa Al, everybody knows Papa Al. He had one of these when I was a kid, and my brother Paul used to load it up with his drum set so he could go practice. Look it, and in the summertime, you get the optional pool option.
Oh wow, look at how it just puddles up back there.
Yeah.
500 KR meaning King of the Road, 428 Cobra Jet. This is a cool car. Wow, I wonder what this is worth. I hope we see this today. Is this running through today? Tuesday. Oh, this ran last week. I wonder what it sold for.
I bet you that's 150.
Yeah, oh for sure. It's a KR too. I've never actually seen one in real life.
You know what KR stands for?
What's it stand for?
King of the Road.
I just said that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. There's two more cars I know he's gonna want to go see before we even get in there, and one is the Mustang of all Mustangs, one of your most favorite Mustangs ever created.
Okay, that's a stretch. It's one
the
of my
King Cobra in a
favorites.
5.0.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites because it's such an oddball car. Not a great performer, bad time for Mustangs, but this is still a cool car because it's so odd, and so you don't see them, especially in this kind of condition.
So this is a fuel crisis car, right? They made it smaller, they made it more efficient, they dumbed it down.
During the gas crunch, little 5-liter, but they, for what they went pretty good. This was Farrah Fawcett's car back in the Charlie's Angels days.
Wow, look at how small it is.
Yeah.
It's like the size of a Ford Escort.
14-inch wheels. Look at those little wheels and tires.
King Cobra. I do have to say as well, we came down to Florida expecting a nice warm weekend away. It is New Hampshire cold here. Freezing, freezing, freezing cold, and I did not bring the appropriate clothing. Check out this Corvette. So is this a C5 or a C6 Corvette with a 53 or 54 Corvette body? 50th anniversary, so it's a 2004. So it's a C5 Corvette with an old 50s Corvette body. That's kind of neat. And you can hear in the background the auction's getting started, so let's make our way towards the entrance. BMW 850, but I've always wanted one of these Volkswagen dune buggies.
Yeah,
it'd be such a cool beach car or a lake car to have around to just play around in.
Look at the old Traeger SS's on it.
This is really neat.
Yeah.
And what's good about it, they don't need to be fast. You can just play around on them. So I was talking about my Cobra. I have a 2003 supercharged SVT Cobra, unreal car. And I was talking about the louvered hood in my last video. This is the shaker hood scoop that I was talking about that came in the 69 and 70 Mach 1. When you lift the hood up, the hood scoop's actually on the engine and it shakes, which is why they used to call it the shaker hood scoop. And this is one of my most favorite cars here. This is a 1995 or 1996. It's a 1995 SKYLINE R33 GTR in Midnight Purple 1. I have this car, not a GTR though. I painted mine in Midnight Purple 2, so it's iridescent, kind of like monochromatic. This car in GTR sold for $90,000 here this week. 90 grand. I've had one, I've loved one, I would buy another one. But just like my Dodge Viper, it is useless. You can't drive it anywhere. You can take it to a car show or out for ice cream, and that's about it, because if it rains, you're effed. If it's cold, you're effed. It's not comfortable, it's loud, but it's fun and it turns a lot of heads. Now, all those cars that you've seen have already run. We're gonna go inside because I just can't tolerate this cold, and I'm from New England. We're gonna go inside and see what's running through today, because everything we've already looked at has already run through the auction. Oh my goodness, it's a difference of 50 degrees already. That's great. What's cool about this place too is they had an art collector sale as well. So everything you see here was for sale and ran through the auction on Monday. Okay, before the auction starts, I wanted to come into this room because this is one of the rooms I missed last night and wanted to come into because it's one of the probably most valuable rooms in this entire auction. This is a 1989 Lamborghini Countach, 455 horsepower, 5.2 liter V12. This is the car from Wolf of Wall Street that Leonardo DiCaprio fell out of. This is quite possibly $1 million car. This is a Porsche Carrera GT. It might not look like much, but this is at its time one of the, hey, look what I said, probably $1 million car. High bid, $1 million bucks. We have a McLaren here. We have a Ford GT right here. Another $1 million car right there. This is running through today. And not only that, we have 2 Carrera GTs. Now this Murcielago is actually in my price range. Look at that car right there. That is Maserati look like that. This Murcielago is actually in our price range. So I don't know, maybe we'll look at this, and this is running through today. Will we end up with a Lamborghini? I can probably tell you no, just because of the location we're at. Like, this isn't, I don't know. It's gonna get all the money plus 10%. So probably not, but it is triple black convertible. And I skipped right past it. I don't know how I missed the Ferrari Enzo. I've never seen an Enzo in real life. Fun fact about that Ferrari Enzo, in the mid-2000s, there was like a race car movie that was kind of like Fast and Furious, but it was a knockoff. The actor Eddie Griffin drove that same, not that one, but a similar Ferrari Enzo, crashed it into a wall, got out of the car and goes, "Brother, can you drive?" And that was it, walked away. Forget the name of the movie, would love to know if anybody remembers. I lost my father, so I'm just gonna guess he's somewhere in the late 60s, 70s car collection category area. So we have a 70 GTO, yep, 70 GTO there. We have a 79, 78, 77 Pontiac Trans Am. We have another GTO Judge that looks like a 69, another Trans Am, another Judge. Oh, and look who we find here. There he is over there. I know a guy that had the same car.
I missed this one. This is one of my favorites. This is my 64 Corvette.
When I was in high school, my father, had a 70, yours was a 70, right? 70 428 Cobra Jet. Super, super rare car, because typically the Mach 1 came in a 351 Cleveland or a 351 Windsor. You had the optional 428 Cobra Jet. He had one. What did you sell that car for? Do you remember?
It was this car without the Twister Special, but it was one of one the way I had it, and I had the Marty report. I sold it to an older guy, a plumber from Massachusetts, for $26,000, and when he drove it out of the driveway, I knew I made a mistake. So I called him back later that week, and I said, "Listen, I made a mistake. Can I buy the car back from you?" And he said, "Yeah, $85,000. Yep.
No. Oh no.
Yep.
And this one, it did sell, but it doesn't say what it sold for. I actually had a similar car to that in high school, not a Trans Am, but I had a 69 white Pontiac Firebird convertible that we painted. It was yellow. We painted it white. I did the blue stripes, had a 350, not a 400. I love the GTOs. I had a GTO Judge today.
Those are nice. There's an orange one over there.
Yeah, that's what I would want, an orange and convertible. Here's another one of his high school dream cars, 70 Chevelle SS 454 with the cowl induction hood.
Yeah.
Does it have the horseshoe shifter on it?
No, it's a 4-speed.
Oh, it's a 4-speed.
It's a nice car though.
Honorable mention for Roadrunners over there.
Watch 429.
Now, what you told you about the 428 Cobra Jet, super rare car and crazy valuable is actually this Boss 429. And the way you know it's a 429 is because of this gigantic hood scoop right here.
Monster engine. This was their big boy, but they used to have problems tuning them and getting them to run right. And these are the ones that had hemispherical heads. So if you heard of the old Chrysler Hemi, the Dodge Hemi, this was Ford's kind of answer to that Hemi.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Pretty sure I'm right about the hemispherical heads, and they had some issues getting these cars to run right. It was one of the downfalls of them. Very tough to work on, but I'm not 100% sure. So we'll see what happens. If you're wrong, it's just gonna make better content, because I know you guys are gonna love to burn him in the comment section if he's wrong.
All right, that's a section I wanna go check out. I'm hoping those are 90s four-wheelers. And like, I see some ATC three-wheelers over there. I'm hoping to see some 250Rs, some Banshees, some Quadzillas, which I actually have a Quadzilla. I have two of them, actually. Let's go to the four-wheelers and see what's over there. Look at this guy's Prevost setup. That's someone's personal camper and trailer. Unbelievable. The money here is like things I've never seen before. People just have more money than I have ever imagined possible. Yes. Banshee, Mojave. Check these things out. Takati. Oh, Takati 250. So this is 250cc two-stroke. These are essentially a 250R. This, oh, they already went through and sold. Probably for the best. Everything sold already. All this stuff already went through. What a bummer. It's a good thing. I don't need to be buying any of these. I had one of these when I was a child. I want a three-wheeler. Any of you guys have a three-wheeler like an ATC 250R or a Big Red or something? I had one of those too. Hit me up. I'm really interested. I want one. Look at that, a big white. I've never even heard of that. And then there's a couple over here. This looks like an ATC 250R. Oh, a 350X. I would love a 350X if anybody has one. Now that's a four-stroke. That's the difference between the 250R and the 350. Four-stroke is the 350. ATC 250R is the two-stroke. These things are perfect brand new, by the way. Brand new condition. Wow. Now we have another Banshee, which I think is a twin cylinder 350cc. Yeah. So twin cylinder 350cc two-stroke. We have another Takati, another Big Red. That's actually what I had as a kid. I was 3 years old and my father bought me an ATC 70. All right, the auction has started. It's time to warm up and go inside.
5,000, Sean. You're gonna be 5.
Oh, they're auctioning off art. So there's a girl over there that is working people to bid. She's an auctioneer, lane leader that gets people to bid. So she's using her hand gestures and she's doing a great job. So I commented to my father how she's using her hands to bid. 6, 7, I can't even do it on video right now.
No,
right.
can't do it.
So I started raising my hand, showing him the numbers with your hand. And
Inadvertently started bidding.
yeah. Everyone started watching me on a $10,000 sign, a neon sign. I gotta smarten up today. All right, so there's 2 cars that really catch my eye. One is Ferrari Flip Money. This is pretty much Magnum PI's car. What do you drive, a 308?
Yeah.
He drove a 308, this is a 512. So different engine, similar car. This is a dream car of mine, a blue with white stripe GTS. This I would put next to my 94 Dodge Viper and I would never ever sell it.
This is one of mine also. I had the opportunity to buy one of these for 28,000 bucks. It was a little rough, but a nice car. The guy passed away and I didn't buy it. I've been kicking myself every day since.
And now they've skyrocketed with COVID tax. They're 100 grand now. They're starting to come down a lot because things are tightening up, but they were 100 grand for a while. I would absolutely buy one of these and keep it forever. So we have a Shelby Series 1 right here, which is like a, what, 99-ish? Yeah, I was right, 99 Roadster Series 1. This car, they make 249 of them, 4-liter, 32-valve engine. This is actually Ferrari Flip Money, and it's running through today, so we could potentially, I mean, I don't think I'm going to, but we could. This is a 99 Ferrari 355 Spider. Shit's yellow, B, though. Riz is the color. What movie is this car from? People have guessed it before, I'm sure you will. I will still be impressed if you guys know what movie this car is from. Hint, Vin Diesel and Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah, I have a question for you and your viewers. All right, you have a choice. Don't worry about the money and say I'll sell it and get the money and buy 2 of these. This or that?
Oh, that.
You know what my answer is? That all day long.
Yeah, that all day long. So this I would want just to own one, and then I'd get bored with it and sell it. This is something that will appreciate forever, grow in value. Look, it has an updated Hemi swap too.
Look how beautiful.
This is a car that will forever be a piece of history.
Think it has a pistol grip shifter?
And it'll be a piece of art. It should, right?
Should.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, this is a work of art.
Plum Crazy Purple?
Yeah.
Look at how well the paint is. Like, that's not a decal, that's painted into the side. Wow.
That is a nice car.
Another car in Ferrari Flip Money is, so I'm looking at like 360 Modenas and Ferrari Californias because they're affordable. Here we go, a Ferrari California. These are around the $100,000 mark. Look at that interior.
That is nice.
I want to own one just because it's part of the series. To be honest with you, if I'm going to own something like this, it would be a Lamborghini. So I'd probably work from the Ferrari up to a Lamborghini.
Well, can I tell you one thing?
Please do.
You know my friend Steve, what does he drive?
Your friend Steve had a Testarossa.
Right,
Is that what
he
you're
drive now? Do you remember?
No.
You had one.
Oh yeah, it drives an Aston Martin.
An Aston Martin. So we were both cruising around one day going out to dinner. I had my new vet. He had his Aston Martin. What is that? Aston Martin's a 12-cylinder, right?
Yeah.
I got on mine, it sounded good, it took off well. He got on his, it sounded better. And he looked classier pulling into the parking lots than I did in the vet.
Been there, done that. But look at how the seat's wearing on this 2013 Ferrari California.
I noticed.
So this car has 29,000 miles. And look at the wear on that seat. Italian leather, disappointed Ferrari. These cars are actually going up in value. This looks like a Cayenne Turbo S. The Cayenne Turbo S is a twin turbo V8. No, it's not. Actually, it's not. The twin turbo has like a 911 turbo grille. So this is just a Cayenne S maybe. If you get a Cayenne Turbo S, it's their best model. Comes in twin turbo V8, 400 plus horsepower. These are actually going up in value because they're like amazing rock crawlers. It's weird that this is here because it has some body work on the tailgate, repainted, dented here, and it's a 6-cylinder. There's nothing desirable about this car. I wonder why it's... And it's worn, oddly. Weird car to have here. And for all you guys here, I know you'd like this. It's an F-150 though, it's not a Power Stroke. I actually am a Bentley fan. I would love to have one of these.
Isn't it heavy?
It's heavy, it's an army tank. This is a 6-liter twin turbo V12, W12. So the cylinders are like that, or like that.
Kind of offset.
It's weird. Yeah, it's like a V2 VR6 engines from Volkswagen, because it's owned by Volkswagen. These cars are unbelievably classy. Like you had just said, one of your friends drove in one of these. Same thing here, but the air pumps leak on them on the suspension. So look at this thing slammed to the ground right here.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What does that cost?
Well, for me, free, because I know how to fix it. But at Bentley, yeah, $4 grand. Look at the wheels that are curbed. It's amazing that they didn't fix these wheels before running it through here. They didn't fix the air pump. They didn't fix the suspension leak. They didn't fix the wheel. Look at how badly. Woman must own this car. It's gonna really upset some people.
What'd you say?
I said a woman must own that car. I'm embarrassed to say, but I've actually never been underneath my 21 Corvette C8. Is this what it looks like underneath? Everything is covered for aerodynamics? And if so, I'm impressed. Also, this lift is amazing with the LEDs to light everything up. That's incredible as well. Oil filter location right there. Wow, I've never been under the car, and it's kind of neat. There are 3 ZR1s running through today. I gotta say, I would love to have a ZR1, but in a C7, those are still $200,000. ZR1s in the C6 version are a little bit more affordable. They're right around 100. I know a guy that has this car, Papa Al. That is sharp. I actually like his more than this. This looks like a 56 because it doesn't have the spare wheel. Oh, it's a 57. His is a 57, right?
Yeah.
I don't like those wheels at all. Look at.
I was gonna say, Pup has better wheels and he's
yeah, his is a nicer car.
Spare tire. Hey, can I show you something?
Yeah. Is it gonna be a Trans Am?
This is the epitome of Trans Am. Not this one right here. This is a nice car, but the gold standard of Trans Am.
What is it? The 71 over there?
73. I don't know if that's 71 or 73. But I haven't looked at it yet. SD 455 Super Duty 455.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yep. In the green color. This car. Let's see what year it is.
71.
71. Okay, so I wouldn't prefer that vinyl top, but my favorite is a 70, 71, 72 Trans Am, but a 73 in the green with the 455 is like the epitome of them. I spotted something way over there. That's what I've been looking for. We have an ATC 250R, another ATC 250R, another one, an actual 250R quad, another 250R quad, and then another one behind it. These are what I want. Anybody has one of these, shout me out, because I want one. I don't want it in the quad, I want it in a ATC 3-wheeler. They all sold. Look at absolute sale. I wonder what this sold for. Oh, I'm so sad I missed these. This is a 200X. I would take even one of these. Oh my goodness, they're so clean. I've had this exact quad racer. Wait, mine was, yeah, I had this exact quad racer. I rebuilt it to look just like this. That actually looks a lot like mine. Mine was an 87. So this is an updated year because the headlight's different. Oh man, probably for the best that I wasn't here. I don't need to be owning all of these quad racers. A 6,000 mile 2004 WRX STI, 6,000 miles. But check this out, is this an Aventador? Look at that matte. Satin, silver, metallic. It's a Huracan. Holy moly, this is my first Z06 I've seen in person. First Z06 that I've seen in real life. Oh, really?
Yeah. 5.5 liter flat plane crank instead of the 6.2 liter. You get different side scoops. It's slightly wider, different front end, and then obviously different braking, different suspension, different engine components.
It's a shopper.
Yeah. We have a GTR. We have a Toyota 4Runner, Shelby GT500, a Beetle. I know my father's into that Beetle, and he's definitely into this Gremlin X. 5-liter V8 Gremlin X. Did these come with a 5-liter V8? Who knows if that's true, or if that, I mean, that looks like a factory 5.0 in a tiny, tiny little car like this, made from American Motors, AMC. All right, the auction is starting. The cars are starting to go through the lanes. There's some realistically affordable cars. It's not all $100,000 cars, which is really neat. So we're gonna go in and see what's gonna go through here today. And like, I know my father wants a pickup truck. Actually wants that step side over there. Let's see what we end up with. The auction's starting. Let's go inside. Getting everybody all jacked up and hyped. They're starting with all the toys first. You're welcome to come right up on the bidder block and start bidding on things right from here.
You better would have fixed it back there. Whenever you're ready, you just start it again. Oh, you don't have any more left in you, George?
Come on, man. One more time.
Listen. Wait for it.
Alright, so it's our first day. We're sitting here watching things go. I just saw a 2017 Honda Z50 mini bike go for 20 grand. We're looking at a 76 Kawasaki KZ900, 14 grand. Now, the gentleman next to us bought the car yesterday for $8,000. 10% buy fee would be $800. Wrong. Their minimum buy fee is $1,000. So even if you spend less than 10 grand, they still get their money. They charge $1,000 minimum as a buyer fee. They gotta get their money. Twice, I've seen people that watch my show that came up to me and said, hey, Flying Wheels, can I get a photo or whatever? I actually love when somebody comes up to me and says hello, because it makes me feel rewarded for making these videos. If you ever spot me and you want to come say hello, please come shake my hand, come say hello. I love that stuff. It's again, I like that people watch my videos. It makes me feel like I'm not wasting my time doing these things. So thank you very much. All right, so Corvette collection has just gone through. We're on number 13 for the day. What caught my eye, I can't believe I might do it again,
is a Bentley Continental GT.
I've owned one. I bought one at auction. I overpaid for one at auction. I'm a sucker for one. Mine was a 2005. Another 2005. It has a bunch of lights on the dash, traction lights, ABS brake lights, everything I should stay away from.
It even says battery in trunk,
which probably means the battery's dead on it.
Everything in my mind says stay away from this car, and I'm not going to really help myself. You can even see the suspension lights on it.
Still keep it on it though. It also has a salvage rebuilt title on it. How many miles are on this? 37,000. So I'm going to type in my app, 37,000 miles, and it will tell me pretty much what it's worth with a clean title. So this car, I should pay around 33 for it, regular, like if it had a clean title. This one, I don't know, 25? I paid 25 for mine, it was hard to get rid of, but mine had 100,000 miles. Let's see what was wrong with it. Severe accident. 7 owners and an accident big enough to give it a salvage title on it. If I get it for like $17,000, $18,000 though, that's a pretty fair price for me. I can enjoy a Bentley for $18,000. Anything more than that, I'm overpaying for that car. 30 grand. Well, 15,000 is real money. That's actually worth it. 25. Add another 2,500 for fees. We're at 27.5. It's not worth it. I loved it at 15. At 18, still love it. At 25, I can't do it. I've bought more for less than that before. Sold at 25 at a fee of 2,500, so it sold for 27.5 plus transport to get it back to my house. I'd own that car for 29, and it has a reconstructed title with every light on the dash. No thanks.
Now it's a Corvette collection again, and we got some of those old trucks coming through soon. This car really keeps catching my eye because it's a custom car, but it looks like what someone would have made a custom car into in the 60s, not today. So if you took this and made a resto mod, that's not what it looks like. It looks like how someone would build a custom car in 1967.
Look at this. 340 miles on this 2006 Chevy Silverado. 340 miles. Unbelievable. And there's one in front of it as well. And here we have a short bed, perfect condition,
with 29,000 miles.
The 02 Silverado with 29,000 miles is sold for 42 grand plus a 10% buyer's premium, which is $4,200. Now this Silverado is going through just a couple hundred miles. 40 grand for the 06 Silverado with 340 miles. The question is, why does it have 340 miles? This is nice.
340, just to be clear. 340. That is
oh, that Silverado's going through that he was interested in.
This has 32,000 original miles. 72 Chevy Blazer with 32,000 original miles.
Remember that 98 Silverado you wanted with 6,500 miles?
Yeah. It's going to be 57,000 miles.
And you wanted it for toys.
Is this the one you wanted, or was the other? This is the one you really wanted? So you want the short box, step size.
Maybe it's in your price range then.
$6,500.
So here's something you need to look out for.
That 72 Chevy Blazer odometer reads 32,085 miles.
It's a 5-digit odometer, meaning there's no spot for a 1. It could be 132,000 miles. You have no idea, and they don't guarantee the mileage. So you could be buying a K5 Blazer you think has 32,000, actually has 132 or 232. You have no idea.
That's what Upstart's going for, and I'm really excited to see what it is. And the square body Blazer. All right, 763 miles. Ford Bronco Eddie Bauer
Just sold for $77,500 with the buyer's premium of 10%. So add another $7,750 to that price. But I guarantee you'll never see another one like that ever again. All right, here's what I've been waiting for. I'm really excited to see this Ford GT go through. I've seen them go through for about $400,000 with buyer's premiums putting it over $500,000. Now this car
has an absolute no reserve, meaning it's going to sell for whatever the highest bid is.
that is an all-original 1967 Camaro down to the faded paint. And right behind that Ford GT is another Ford GT.
Supercharged V8 6-speed with extra keys. No reserve.
Yeah. 500, 500, 500, 3. Down, having to get 200,000, 50, 53, 450,000, now 60.
No reserve meaning it's being sold to the highest bidder. The reserve's off. There wasn't one.
460, 55, 65, now 65. Paul, give me 465, 465, 465. 500, 465.
475 right now on the Ford GT. 475 on the Ford GT with a 10% buyer's premium for it. $47,500 is a buyer's fee. Fee goes straight to Mecum. So add that to the price of the car. Other Ford GT, 2006 Ford GT, $475,000 again with another buyer premium of $47,500. I lost my father a while ago, and I know he's looking for a Boston too, so I'm pretty sure I'll find him somewhere. And guess who turned up? I said I'd find you around this car somewhere.
This is nice. A little tacky with the red, but it's nice.
That 70 Shelby GT500 is currently at $215,000 and climbing. Currently at $300,000 in that GT500.
That's a Z28 and a Type LT, I think.
Oh, cool. They have it. $310,000 on it. Add a 10%, 31,000 buyers fee. Hey!
Hey! I know plenty of people that'd be interested in this thing. 3,000 mile FJ. Wow.
I just turned away from a GT500 for an F350 Toyota. Unbelievable. Correction, that wasn't just an FJ. That was 3 FJs right in a row. All with under 10,000. What's cool too is they all came from a collector in Massachusetts. 60 grand for that FJ. Hey, check out this Wagoneer.
Right on it. Check it out. What about Bob? Even has the surfboard in the back.
All right, we have the Gremlin going through in a minute and also a Trans Am. I haven't seen my father in a while, so I know exactly where he's going to be. What'd you say that Gremlin was going to sell for?
I figured 28.
28?
It's at 40 right now.
Right now, and still climbing. It's finally starting to warm up, so we came out for lunch. While I'm here, I see the Testarossas going through.
So we can have lunch from all the vendors, and while we're out here, they have a big TV. We can sit on a bench and watch the auctions going through right now. 87 Ferrari Testarossa, 30,000 miles, currently at $130,000.
It's sold. 165,000 plus the fees. And it's finally warming up, so I can sit outside and enjoy a little bit of sun instead of New Hampshire cold weather in Florida. 165 G's on that Testarossa. We got a Nissan GTR going through right now, and the Lamborghini Huracan. What I'm really bummed about, I think I missed the Z06. I really hope I didn't miss the Z06. I want to see what that sells for. That'll be the first ever that runs through auction because those were just released a month ago. I hope I didn't miss it just so I could go have lunch.
I might not have. I think it was behind the ZR1. Oh, good. There it is still.
The GTR is running through right now, and then I get to see the Lamborghini. LP 610, 610 I think is the horsepower 4, meaning all-wheel drive. Hey, nice Audi. Can you hold up that key right there for me? Yeah, that's an Audi key. Thanks. Okay, so I was bidding on the Ferrari California. It's at 95 now. I stopped at 75, and I actually held up the auction for a minute.
92, 92, 95. Hold on. Fair warning.
70,000, 80,000. I honestly, I didn't spend enough time looking at it, unfortunately. I just got back from lunch. Wow.
13. Oh, twin turbo on that V10. All right, 1350 horsepower, 1150.
In an all-wheel drive, that is going to be a rocket ship that just takes off. Unbelievable.
11,000 miles. 150 seems pretty fair for that car. Okay, now we're
That's more like it. Now we're over 200. I bid a 240.
And hey, I know a guy that I'm curious to see what that car goes for. I gave one to my grandfather a year ago.
Hey, that red Blazer I showed you earlier before.
Right there.
I'll do 52. It's too early for that. 2, 5, 55, 105, 7, 60, 76,
$74,000.
The 355 Spider is going through now. 75,000. That's all the money though.
I don't need a 90s Ferrari for too much money.
I wasn't so far off on this one, like 80 grand might have been worth it. I was way off on that 83 Ferrari 512. That is $310,000. $300,000. Wow, 7,100 miles. This is one that catches my eye. I didn't realize I was even a square body fan, but I keep going to them. And it's just so well done. Ooh, is that a Ghost or a Phantom? Rolls-Royce convertible Phantom.
Question. Now, one of my dream cars behind me. You know I'm a 90s guy.
This is a 99 Shelby Series 1.
Is it built on a Corvette platform? It looks like a kit car. I actually thought it was a factory 5. You'll see it looks like a GM radio. Those are definitely GM gauges for the heat. And then that looks like a Corvette instrument cluster, but it has a 4-liter V8. Is that a GM engine? Is that what's in the XLR, the Cadillacs?
Or is that just hand-built one-off, like an actual Shelby car?
1969 Chevy C10 Custom, $150,000. Now here's the thing. I don't know if this video is 20 minutes long or 15 minutes long. I might be rambling for 50 minutes showing cars. But I'm a product of the 90s, and I love buying 90s cars. There's a 99 Shelby Series 1, which is built off a Corvette platform, I think, which is what I said earlier. You say it's worth what?
I say it's a $200,000 car.
I said if it's worth 60, I'll buy it.
Yeah, but
That might be a $40,000 car.
I never would have said a C10 was worth 140.
Right. But worth and selling are two different things. Like, we could pay a ton of money here, but as soon as you leave, what's it worth? You can't sell it again for that.
I like
Next year is going to be a whole different market.
I like this black and white one too. See coming through.
$3,000 split. Hunter now offering F82.1.
Eager to see what this one will be worth.
The Shelby Series 1 goes through, and then right after that,
Restoration.
See over there,
Big bar, 402
Blue and white
Cheyenne
Viper
Super
GTS
Sport
going
package,
through.
factory air with
The
positive
Viper GTS would be nice. I like
Vipers
that.
are pulling, GTS is pulling hard money though lately. Since COVID, they're 100 grand. We used to be able to buy them for 30 or 40.
110, I bet.
They want 100, yeah, for sure. Only car ever built and produced by
6-speed
Shelby.
transmission, dynamic.
No reserve.
No reserve.
Maybe 60 grand.
Only car designed and engineered by Carroll Shelby.
Hey, 60 grand, 70 grand, 80 grand, 90 grand, 100.
It might have been 100 off.
All right, 105. I mean, it's a real Shelby. It probably won't ever go down in value below that. Because forever it is what it is. I was closer.
Well, not yet. It's at 125.
You know what else has gone up a ton in value? Remember the Z Roadster before?
Oh, the BMW?
Yeah, the BMW, the Z, whatever after the Z3, the one above that in the 90s, late 90s. That car's worth near $1 million now.
Really?
It's wild.
27.5. Now 127.5, sir. You started at now 7.5.
127.5.
Now
Who's bidding at
130. Now 130,000.
Imagine though, at $2,500 increments, the auctioneer goes, "You started this mess."
3.1. The next offering. A 1996
Viper GTS is up now.
GTS 2. The odometer reads 12,000 miles. Got a V10, a 6
See, at 40, 50, 60, I would have raised my hand on all those, and now I'd be stuck at 70 and 80, feeling pressure.
You get that.
75,000. Hit 70, 75. Hit 5.
What's weird is, why is the GTS worth 80, but my RT10 is not? My RT10 was on every little kid's poster in the 90s. They made Hot Wheels of it, and it's worth 40, maybe. I did too. I expected over 100.
Yeah.
But add 10% too, so 85 plus 8,500. 83. I mean, 3 years ago, that's a really high price. Now, that's pretty reasonable.
28 COVERTTE, 4-speed, reverse shifter, traction lock,
This was your car.
I had this car in grabber yellow.
Hey, what'd you sell your 428 COVERTTE for?
26,000.
This one's at 100 right now.
Thank you for that. I appreciate your help.
And yours was fully restored, built engine and everything. It could have come here.
You know your brother Adam, obviously, right? He's my favorite.
69 Ford Mustang.
92,000, 90 down, 92,000. Yes, sir, 92,000.
I was gonna say, just so you know how skewed my senses are, this 73 Heat Master Pantera I said was like maybe 40 grand. It started at 150. Now it's at 80.
It would go for about 60.
That's a cool car. It's essentially a Lamborghini with a Ford engine. Those things used to be 25 grand.
Yeah. I had a guy that worked at a Ford dealer offered to sell me one for 7,500 bucks. Remember when I bought the Ford van for the company?
Yeah, yeah.
From Reagan or whatever it was, yeah, on 495. He had one, 7,500 bucks, and I said no.
So apparently, if you want to be a player, you need to have 100 grand. Doesn't matter what the car is, minimum 100 grand. 69 Camaro, $90,000, 350 V8. It's just a restored Camaro.
$100,000 is the number. I bought this car, 90 ZR1. You remember that car I bought? I bought it at the Londonderry auction with, I think, 20-something thousand miles on it. And I paid 17 grand.
See what the 90 ZR1 goes for soon. The ZR1,
Right,
27,000 right now.
Going up.
That's a pretty cool car. I said it was designed by Yamaha, which I was wrong because that's the Ford Taurus SHO. They said, who designed the engine on those?
I think they had something to do with Mercury engine division. Mercury, like their boat engine division.
Cruiser.
But I gotta look it up because I'm not sure.
33,000. Here we go, something modern. 360. A Vega Cosworth twin cam. Go ahead and say what you just said.
So Vegas would throw away cars back in the day when I was in high school, but the Cosworth Vega was the race Vega. So that car was probably 3 grand new for a regular Vega. That one was 6,500, I think.
Here, go. Oh, never mind. I was gonna have to hold the camera. I was gonna be a bid on it, and it went from 70 to 110 before I could even hand you the camera. Never mind.
Let's make a bet for dinner. If the Gremlin went for over 28,000, what do you think the Cosworth Vega will go for?
That Cosworth Vega, first of all, at least the Gremlin had a 5-liter. This is a twin cam 4-cylinder.
It is, yeah.
Piece of garbage.
That's the Vega race engine.
6,500 bucks. And I bet it should get 12.
All right, I bet you it's gonna go for 13.5. Who's ever closer buys. Who's ever closer, the other guy buys dinner.
What did I say?
You said 6,500. I said 13.5.
So you're gonna be right. There's still and it's gonna be more than that.
You want to bet dinner?
No, I don't. It says only 3,000 produced. What it should say is only 3,000 sold. 20,000. You didn't like my joke? 20. It says only 3,000 produced. It should say only 3,000 sold. 25. Forget it. That's a Di Tommaso as well, right? And that's Wayne Carini right there.
Pay attention to the screens for a short video.
The Foundation serves our nation by honoring our defenders, veterans, first responders, and their families.
Let me introduce the man of the hour, Jeff Booth. 300 times in the bid. You want to get
a lot of
275 bid. 300 times in.
This Corvette is what really caught my eye. Wide body, pearl metallic green. Look at this. Supercharged. That's the exhaust right there. And here he is right here, looking at his dream car, a 455 HD Trans Am. He's like a 17-year-old kid again.
Just a beast. Just very simple, but